Hey folks, Ollie Connolly, dailychaos.news. Now on Telegram. Wow, thanks for everybody that's signed up. Talk about that in a minute. That's the main reason I wanted to do a little broadcast actually. But just very short, just a few notes. Just while I'm here though, walking through, and yeah, I've got this bloody mask, yeah. Aye. They're pretty strict, yeah, they're pretty strict here. It's all, anyway, when I could be arrested just for not having over my nose. Just wanted to show you, yeah, this is like the playground here. It's been like this for months. I don't know if it's the same. You can see how the police have boarded up. Well, not boarded up, but plasticated or whatever. You know, police line, do not cross. Linea de policia. And the swings. All this for a dodgy PCR, but then you know that. I thought while I was here I'd show you this too. This is just around the corner from where I live, here in Valencia. I don't know if you can see that. There's a note from the local council, got nothing to do with coronavirus actually. They bothered to spend money to tell us what children can and cannot do in a playground. I mean, you know what? Why do we elect these people to waste money and tell us the most basic things, the kind of intuition that we should have as people and so on? Anyway, I'm not going to rant about that. I just thought, while I was passing, show you another bit of politically correct libtard madness. Yeah, no, really cool. Big cheers everybody that's signed up to the Telegram group, which is a chat room, which I'll embed into the Daily Chaos site as well once I've got those news links working. But what I'm basically trying to do with the site, the development I've got on my local machine, which when it's ready I'll launch on the server on the site itself, is a way that we can basically create a kind of a small c conservative, just people in general, you know, small L liberal people, actually, you could argue, just people that want to have a debate and what have you, anyway, that can post up links and rate links so that we can, it's a kind of like an aggregation, a news aggregation service, but hopefully higher quality than you see on places like Drudge, where it's, you know, it's just all so easily bought. I'm going to walk on the beach because I can take this bloody mask off. I'm on the prom now. Down there are all the restaurants. They're all closed. All closed. There must be 100 jobs there. The people that work in those restaurants, none of them are working. All because of a dodgy PCR. And if you don't know what I mean about that, please do some research, because that is the basis on which our lives are being upended and ruined and God knows what else. Some horrid stuff. Apparently Boris has appointed, for example, a new czar, a minister for the mental health of children. Well, it's because of you, Boris, that position is required. People like you and Whitty. It's interesting to see the mainstream media citing all, rounding the wagons, circling the wagons for old Chris Whitty today, saying how that kid was wrong and a thug, to call him a liar. I think that Chris Whitty was lucky not to get a smack in the mouth, frankly, for what they've done. But anyway. Yeah, so the idea of these links is that it is a place on the dailychaos.news site, when they're launched, is that we can we can have an easy access to the news that counts, and hopefully it'll be slightly better quality than the vast majority of these news aggregation sites, which are all automated, as opposed to having a personal touch and some real thought put into each and every individual link. And so I'm going to get that going, so that basically it's easy as I go through the news every day. I can just basically take a link, paste that into whatever, into a little app that I'm developing for the site, and then it populates all the details, the headline and stuff like that. So it's dead simple to create the links, and then people can rate those links, to see what people consider to be more important and less important. A bit of democracy in there. And off the back of that, I want it to be the way that people, all of us, the community, can add those links, and for it to be, very much not just me, basically. And that, I want you to understand, is the ethos behind Daily Chaos. Yeah, it's not. It's like, for example, this new Telegram group. I don't want to lead it. I just want to use whatever sort of geeky skills I have to create an opportunity that the community can then run with the ball, and just be one of those members of that community. That for me is the little dream, really. And so far as content is concerned, of course I can bung up my own videos and what have you. I want other people to have a facility that they can do the same, and a bit of a hub. So it doesn't matter, whether you're Ollie Connolly or whoever you are, if you're truth seeking, that you have a place to, a hub, and hopefully a place where we can try and protect content before it gets ripped down everywhere as well, and a place that people can go to and they know that the content is there and it's not going to be so easily censored. So that's the idea behind all of that, all of really what I'm trying to do. Great, fantastic take up on the Telegram chat room today, the group. That's cracking. And there's also a channel. There's both a group and a channel. All the links are around and about. I'll post them with this video as well, so that you can go and subscribe. So the group, the chat room, that's a discussion place. That's a place for us to keep in touch, to share, to learn, to have a laugh, to stay in touch. And then there's also a channel, and the channel is site updates and newsletters. And I'll be putting out the first newsletter. Some of you subscribed to the Daily Chaos newsletters months ago, but I haven't actually sent out any newsletters at all yet, because it wasn't ready, or I wasn't ready, or something. I'll be sending out the first one this week, and what I'm going to be doing is putting out a newsletter by email in the traditional way, and also that newsletter for those of you like me who don't read your email particularly. You might prefer to use the Telegram channel to get newsletters and stuff like that. So that's what the channel is about, the difference between the group and the channel. People can't interact with channels, I worked out earlier, so I set up the group as well. So we've got both of those facilities. So anyway, that's that, and just God bless you all. Thank you very much indeed for getting involved on the Telegram thing, and a lot of you have subscribed at dailychaos.news. Thank you very much indeed. I'll do my best. I know other people will already have, people like Jay Carey, to try and make something of dailychaos.news, and for my part I'll continue to do that, and I promise I don't want this to be some sort of me type thing, Ollie Connolly. I want this to be a community where I just basically want to create the opportunity, and then for many people to be turning this into something worthwhile on an organic basis. So anyway, right, that's it. Big cheers, onwards and upwards. There was probably something else, but I can't remember what it was. If you've just joined the group, I can post this video there, can't I? At Telegram. Fantastic, brilliant, excellent. It's an organic process. I guess we'll get trolled and shilled at some stage, and that'll require a bit of thought, but this is an amnesty zone, people. This is an amnesty zone. I think we need to try and come together and allow people with different opinions. We need to try and unite as best we can, because the bottom line is that the vast majority of people out there, as was the case with all of us, certainly it was with me until, I don't know, however many years ago, before 9/11 or whatever, we're ignorant, conditioned, still believe the BBC or whatever nonsense, haven't done the research, and I think we need to cut some slack to people. This may sound a bit funny from me, who's very good at calling people morons and getting a bit impassioned and all that, but the God's honest truth is that we have to try and pull together and see who the real enemy is here, and it's not ignorant people, it's the people that are using us as pawns collectively, which clearly has been the case with Facebook, which is why I've felt the need to stop supporting what amounts to fascism. I mean, I mentioned in a post I put out, the last dedicated post, and I said, this is it, I've had it with Facebook, and it is fascism by Benito's definition, what's going on there. When you have billionaires who are basically using so-called social platforms to perverse democracy and to railroad people into certain political situations that affect their lives and what have you, that is not benevolent. It's malfeasant, and it is fascism when big business gets together with politicians to conjure up policy. That is fascism, Benito's definition, people. Let's be absolutely clear about that. That is why I personally couldn't stomach Facebook anymore, and frankly feel the same about Twitter, although I haven't got off there yet, because at least in the case of Twitter, it's easier to see what's going on with certain things, and so I'm still on there at the moment, Ollie_Connolly, if you want to find me over there. But I don't like Twitter at all, for all the above reasons. Exactly the same apply with Zuckerzits, the Nick Cleggs and all that. I guess I'll be doing something on Gab for Daily Chaos for the community as well. because Gab is a network that I've got a lot of respect for. They seem pretty pure. And so the social presence for Daily Chaos really at the moment is Telegram. It will be Gab too. And I mean, not on YouTube, but again, I feel a bit sick using it. I just gained over 1,000 subscribers there for the Daily Chaos channel, which means that, you know, there are certain things that I can do on that channel now that I couldn't do before. But I mean, I'm now beginning to see videos being ripped down there that I've put out. One I put out, which was this conversation about how allegedly how Barack Obama got together with Prime Minister Renzi in Italy, or former Prime Minister Renzi, Matteo Renzi, and it was a conversation about how they managed to rig the vote, you know. Anyway, that video was pulled down. A couple of thousand people viewed that, or something like that, or maybe even, I don't know, 3,000. I don't know. I didn't really keep on top of it, but it was at least a couple of thousand people viewed that video, and that's just gone. It's just gone. I didn't get any notification whatsoever. So it's not just Facebook. It's also Twitter. We know. It's also YouTube. We know, and we just somehow between us we need to find our way as best we can. Whilst making a point. I'm not saying other people should come off Facebook. I'm not entirely coming off Facebook myself. I'm not going to be posting anything there which isn't auto-posted unless somehow it promotes free speech, i.e. this new community, and basically using it as opposed to being used by it. So you could argue that I'm a hypocrite by not, you know, pulling out entirely, but it's difficult, isn't it? It's really, really difficult. I'm not telling other people that they should come off whatever network entirely, because a lot of people, they use it to keep in touch with their family and things like that. Personally, I've only ever used these networks for politics, for debate, and so I don't really feel the same. As much as I'm very, very fond of you lot. Yeah, I really am. I mean, it's wonderful to have people with a common purpose who really, really care about some of the things that are going on. But the bottom line is that this is about politics, and there needs to be some sort of it seems to me, there's some sort of a compromise between how we can use these networks and not be used by them whilst making a stand. And essentially that's what I'm trying to do, and it's not easy, is it? But anyway, there we go. So I'll get on Telegram and say hi to a few folks in a little bit when I've had my walk, and then tonight I'll be working through on the link service a bit more to get that in place on Daily Chaos. I'm hoping that's going to be up very, very, very soon now, and then I'll be automating links from that to go to wherever as well, and alongside we can comment on various things, not just that I share, but that whoever shares on Telegram and what have you, and moving it on from there. I'm daunted, put it this way, I'm daunted by the idea of setting up a fully fledged social network as such, because as for example Jason Tyler, God bless him, at Wake Up UK would tell you, it's bloody hard work. It's not only hard work, there's a lot of responsibility involved, it's expensive, and there's a huge amount of time involved, basically in dealing with shills and trolls. And so I don't really want to do that. Who knows what this thing might turn into, but I'm kind of trying to find a middle way where it's relatively easy to organize and relatively self-moderating, and so that's the idea of using Telegram. Big cheers to Sam and a bunch of folks who encouraged me to go the Telegram route. as a good sidekick to the Daily Chaos site. So I think it looks great. It's fantastic. Looks like it's going to work very usefully. It's less clunky than using the forum at Daily Chaos. .news. The thing about the forum, the thing about the forum is that that's a place that is, if you like, a library. The idea of that is that it's a library, a place that we can go to and we can find stuff, we can reference things that are easily searchable, provided that we tag stuff when we post it. And it's much easier to find that stuff than it is, for example, on a Telegram wall or on the old Facebook wall or whatever, for the simple reason that when things slip off the wall, out of sight, out of mind, they're gone. Very hard to find. Whereas with a forum, they're always searchable. You can always find that stuff, and so you can find those videos that are, maybe been censored. You can find where they are on BitChute or wherever. And so that's the idea of the forum, really, as a reference point. But of course, it's really nice to have the chat room as well, to have that social bit. And so that's the role of Telegram. Okay, well, that's just a bit of an update, folks. Yeah, God bless you. Ollie Connolly, dailychaos.news. See you on Telegram. All right, ciao.